Hi, my name is Chris Cagna, and I'm here to talk to you about making Schoology work for you. In this video, we're going to cover various topics. We're going to cover how to change your notification settings, how to schedule an assignment, how to copy assignments to multiple courses, how to assign differentiated assignments, how to embed Quizlet and other media into your assignments and pages, how to enforce assignment completion in a specific order, how to add images to folders on materials pages, how to customize course cards, and finally, how to add a permanent banner to update a page. All right, so we're going to start off with notifications. All right, so the first thing you want to know about notifications is you are going to come right up here to your name, and you're just going to hit this drop down menu and click on settings, and then come over here to notifications. Click on notifications and you'll see this whole menu of various things come up, and it's very simple. You just click what you want on and what you want off. If you want to customize it, you can customize it with each class or every class. All right, so nice and simple. And that's all there is to it as far as the notification goes. Okay, our next topic will be just scheduling assignments. So we're going to return to our course here. Let me get to my courses. Some of my courses have been archived, so I'm going to go into an old class. Let's call it Math 6. All right, so how do we schedule an assignment? All right, so right here where it says add materials, that is where a majority of our time is going to be spent. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do there is click on add materials and add assignment. Okay, once you're there, you're going to name your assignment. Let's just call this PD assignment. And then you can give your description, post a link right here in the description or a picture if you want to. Then you're going to pick a due date. I believe our PD is scheduled for the 14th. So let's say we had the homework due on the 15th. And you would click a category, low, medium, or high. Make sure this is checked off. This is what will sync us to PowerSchool. Okay. This button here, if you want it published immediately, you leave it green. If you want to not publish it, you want to delay it, you unclick it. Okay. I'm going to publish it immediately so you can see it. And I'm going to click on create. And once we scroll down to the bottom here, there is our assignment. Nice and simple. Okay. All right. The next thing we want to do is how to copy assignments to multiple courses. Okay. We're going to work off of this existing assignment. And it's very simple. All I want to do is go over to my little gear here, click down, and copy to a course. Okay, now for now, I'm just the only class I'm enrolled in is this 6th grade ELA summer school class. If it was during the year, I would have 4 classes. And all I would have to do is click copy, excuse me, again, asking for due date, what type of category is the grading, and period. Now, there is no grading period here because obviously we're in the summer. Once the school year starts, we will have each quarter. They do it by quarters, so you'll be able to click on which quarter you want this assignment to appear as. Okay, and then we would just click copy. And I'm not going to click copy because I don't want this appearing in my summer school course. Okay, so that is how we assign to multiple courses. Okay, how do we differentiate? Okay, again, very similar. Okay, so we're just going to scroll back up and we can actually, you know what, I'm going to create a new assignment. Okay, add assignment, same idea. PD assignment, let's call this number 2. Okay, again, you would fill in any description here. and you're just going to go through the due date. So again, we'll call it August 15th. And a time, it'll always ask for a time. We'll call it a high level grade. Again, make sure you are syncing it, because this will sync it to Power School. And numeric, we're going to have an align. Now, if you want to differentiate and only assign to a particular group of students, or even one student, maybe they're making up a test, or they were out on the day of the test and you're giving them a different test or that test, here's where we're going to click it. Notice how it's grayed out. Once you hover over it, you have blue, green, and red. You're going to click on that button. Okay. Now, again, this class is archived, so that I don't have a class roster on this. But if I were to start writing, my name's Chris, CHR, anybody with CHR would automatically pop up, or you can enter their last name, and then you just click to assign your students this assignment. And that is as easy as it is. And then again, you would click on create, and that would differentiate it. Okay. All right. I'm not going to do that. The next thing we are going to do is how to embed, for example, like a Quizlet or YouTube, anything like that, right into an assignment. Okay. So here's what we're going to do for that. I'm actually going to open up another tab, and we're going to go to Quizlet. Okay, and these are all my vocabulary packets. We can really click on any one of them. I'm just going to click on lesson 24 here. Okay, this will come up. We're going to go scroll down right here to our three dots. Okay, and we are going to click on embed. Okay, this pop-up screen will come up. Okay, so this is actually going to be our HTML code. We're going to copy that, and we're going to want to know which assignment in Quizlet are we doing. So I'm going to just take flashcards. That is the easiest thing to do. We're going to now go back to Schoology. Okay, click on our add materials, add assignment. That's what we're going to constantly be doing to create our assignments. Okay, I'm going to name it Quizlet Practice. Whoops. Okay. Now, next thing that's a little bit different than what we've done is we are going to come right here to this icon here. All right, this is where we're going to insert our content. We're going to work out of this area as well a lot. Okay, so you'll get to know that area very quickly. All right, we're going to click on that, and we're going to click on Image Media. Okay, once we are there, we have two options: upload from media, which is attach a file, or from the web. We're going to go from the web, and we want media, and that's where our link, our embedded link, comes up. So we are going to click on that, paste it, and then insert media. Okay, and you'll notice you have this little tiny icon here. All right, our due date, we will call that August 15th. Once again, 11:59. Category, we'll call it mid. And again, our sync to sys is checked off. All right, and now we are going to create our assignment. And once we scroll down, there's our Quizlet assignment. And we can click on it. And there we go. All right. Now, same idea. If you wanted to go right into a specific folder, you can click on that folder and do the same process. Add assignment, Quizlet practice, insert content. Again, you'll notice everything starts to be very similar and very repetitive once you start to use the system. Okay, we'll have a due date on this. Make sure your time's in there. Low grade, align, good, create. Okay, and we have our Quizlet practice. Okay, so that is how we embed Quizlet or any other multimedia exactly like that. The next one we are going to cover is importing and exporting pictures. Okay, so how do we do that? All right, let's get back to our section. If I am on my home page of all my courses, again, I'm going to click on Add Materials. Okay, and this time I'm not clicking on Add Assignment. I'm going to click on Add Page. This, let's say, import. Okay, we're going to go back to our content, but this time I'm going to pull something from my Google Drive. And there we go. All right, so I'm just going to click on this untitled document, and we're going to click Import Embed. Okay, and it'll automatically go in there. And you just double check to make sure you have your title, which we do, and then we click Create. And as we scroll down, there's our import. Okay, so it wasn't necessarily an assignment. Oh, actually, that was my clickable buttons. That'll come on later. All right, so that was not necessarily an assignment, but that was just pulling a resource. If you're working with math numbers, table of perfect squares. If you're looking for a graphic organizer, anything like that, you can use it as far as that goes. But you can certainly do that as many times as you want to pull any resource from your Google Drive. Next thing we're going to cover is if you want to force your students to complete assignments in a particular way. Here's our homepage, right? We're going to click on Options and Student Completion. Okay. Now, we are going to add a requirement. All right, what's a requirement? The requirement basically says, listen, I want you guys to complete lesson 17 first. That's the first thing. All right, whoops. Why that's not saying, I don't know. There we go. What do I want you guys to do next? Well, I want you to skip to lesson 23. And I want you to do that before you do any other lesson. And then finally, now you can go back to 20. Okay, and complete. And that's how we would save those changes. I'm not going to click on that. I'm just showing you just a particular order. And likewise, that works within a particular lesson as you want to do it as well. Here's your options, student completion. Again, we would just make sure that's clicked off in here. You'll notice on the other page it was automatically clicked off. And we're going to add requirement. Again, we're going to have a drop-down menu, and it's going to ask, well, what do I want you to see first? Well, it would probably be a good idea to see the family letter first. And I just want them to view the item. Next, see the agenda. And then maybe take a look at the lesson. And then save those changes. Again, I'm not going to save them, but that's how we would make a specific order for our students to follow. All right, the next thing we are going to do is our little graphic up here. Okay, let me just cancel that out. They call this a course card. So let me show you what I mean. So I am just going to open up Canva. Here's Canva. And what you could do is actually put in Schoology course cards. And there you have it right there. So it's very specific, 262 by 146 pixels. And they will, once you press enter, here you go, Schoology course card templates. All right, so they have all these different courses, science, math, social studies, and you can pick one and customize it, or you can just leave it the way it is. Let's see. I'm just going to pick any old one here. Oh, there we go. math. All right, customize template. Okay, so now notice my card is this right now. Okay, I am going to customize this, change this to Mr. Cagner. Learn how to spell my own name. And that is it. So at this point, I'm going to share it and then download it. And I'm going to download it as a PNG file. Download. Okay, I'm going to keep that on my desktop so I can easily move it. And here's my picture. I want to edit it. And I'm going to attach a file so I can just drag it right in. Once it's green, you can do it. And there you go. My course card just changed. All right, so nice and simple. Next thing we are going to do is how to add images to folders on my material page. So let's take a look at that. Let's return to our course. We're going to click on the add materials, add a folder. Okay, and let's just name our folder Schoology folder. You can pick a color. We'll pick, I don't know, blue. Okay, and then you are going to again return to our insert content. We're going to click on image. And we are going to attach any type of picture. So let's say, I don't know, Statue of Liberty. Let's just grab an image of the Statue of Liberty. And that looks as good as any. Save image. And we can save it as a download. I have it on my desktop. And let's return to Schoology. And we're going to attach that photo now. Once it's green, you can pop it right in there. And there you go. Okay, you can create that. And there you go. If you're studying the Civil War, if you're studying the periodic table, anything you can put in a picture just like that. And then finally, how are we going to make clickable buttons? Open up a slide presentation. First thing we're going to want to do, you can insert a shape. You can insert circles, rectangles. We're going to talk rectangles right now. And let's just X out of these themes here. Okay. And you can put a color in here. We're just going to make it that. Okay, so we are creating what's eventually going to end up in Schoology as a clickable button. And what we need to do is add a text box. Now I'm going to create 3 buttons. However many buttons you want to create, that's up to you, but the process is the same. First one I'm going to call my agenda, and you want to make your writing big enough and you want to be able to see it. So I'm just going to make my writing a little bit bigger. Make sure we are centered here. All right, next thing you want to do is once you're happy with that, then you just duplicate that slide however many times you're duplicating it. All right, so I'm going to go with 3 buttons. Duplicate that one more time. All right, now return to your second one here, and maybe you can change your background to, let's say, green, and I'm going to say daily, on this one, daily slides. All right, that looks good. And finally, our third one. Let's call that, what do we call her? Let's go yellow. Whew, nice and bright. All right, contact me. Once you're happy with all three of them, okay, you're going to download each one of them. Okay, so you're going to come up here to File, and then you come over here to Download, JPEG, and then finally our third one, Download, File, JPEG. Okay, so now you have all three downloaded. I kept them on again on my desktop so that I can just drag right into the area that I need in Schoology. All right, so at this point, I am going to return to Schoology. Okay, so what we are going to do, first thing is here, we're going to have add materials and add page. Okay, and what we're going to do here is title our page header page do not publish. Oops. Okay, so I learn how to spell. Do not publish. Okay, why do we want to do that? Because we don't want the students to have the ability to edit. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is come over to Insert Content, Image Media, and then I'm just going to upload my 3 files. So once it turns green, you can release and it'll upload. Now, remember, this is a big picture, so we want to shrink it down. So it may take a couple of minutes just to shrink it and get it to the right spot of where we want it. And if you're not happy with the way it looks, go back to slides and you can adjust it. Okay, I think that should be good. Just make sure you have a space there. Same thing, insert content, image and media, attach your second file. Once it turns green, it's fast. Again, it'll look like it's there, but you got to pinch it and make it smaller. All right, so a couple of mice movement, and then we can bring it up over there, and then you can continue to work on it and align it the best you can. Make sure, obviously, it's the same size. And then again, insert content, image media, and attach that last file. It can be a little tricky, but we should get it. And there we go. There's our last file. Whoop, too small on that one. All right, over here, you're going to get your cursor back and front over here if you can. This way we can, there we go. All right, shrink it down, raise it up, and again, keep it as you can. Okay, so now we have our 3 buttons that we're going to import on our page. Now, the next thing is to use our link and to link each one of these 3. So the first one I'm going to link is Contact Me, but highlight it and link it. So I'm going to link my email. Happy Schools. Okay, click off this little box to open it up in a new tab. See, gang, that already canceled. Okay, save changes. My agenda I have open, so I'm just gonna copy that link, bring it back over to Schoology, and click on my inline link, copy and paste, open link in a new tab, save changes, And then finally our slides, Schoology inline link, copy and paste. And again, make sure the link is open, save changes. Okay, so now all three of our buttons are linked up. What you want to do is copy that whole thing right across, copy it, save it for a moment. Now remember, you do not want to publish this. So this is green. Now it is gray or white. Okay, it is not going to be published right now. Okay, so at this moment, we're going to create it. And there's our header on a page. Okay, remember, so we added that to our page. This can be used as a resource page for personal things that we have that we don't have to post. Now, what are we going to do to add to it? So the next spot we're going to go to is update. Okay, so anything you post here will automatically appear to the students unless you have not published it. So you're going to pop your cursor in there and paste what we had, and there's what we have, and they are all linked up right now. And here's the most important part of our update. You want to make sure you click off that little bell because that will go right to the top. Once you do that, you are ready to post, and there you have it. All right, so this will remain at the top of the page when the students sign in. Okay, and everything is linked, or should be. Okay, there's my daily slides, so that worked out well. There's my agenda. And my email page opens up for contact me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more video tutorials.